Good morning, Marianas. You know, it is early today. It is not as early as we normally do our show, but it's early in the Kensington, so I cannot be that loud today because there's people in the hotel. I don't want to wake them up. But this morning, we're not doing our regular morning show because we're going to have the Economic Forum here at the Kensington. Now, this is brought to you by the Saipan Chamber of Commerce. There are going to be a number of folks here from all kinds of different industries. There's tourism, local businesses, the military is going to be here, government executives are going to be here, and all kinds of folks from all over are going to be talking about ways that they can improve our economy here in the CNMI. And it looks like my lens is a little dirty. Hold on. Is that a little bit better? Yeah, it's a little bit better. All right, so we're not going to have the regular show today, but it's because of this economic forum here at the Kensington, which, by the way, is so quiet. Whenever you stay at a hotel, whenever I stay at this hotel, it's usually like a vacation, a staycation, family weekend or something, and I'm going to try to not wake up early. Anyway, today's going to be great. We've got a lot of folks, again, from the chamber, from the military, some economists, folks from the tourism industry. There's, again, let's see who else we've got here. Well, just a whole slew of folks. And this is hosted by the Saipan Chamber of Commerce, so it should be pretty exciting. Do want to get you updated on some things. Yesterday, we weren't able to be there for the deliberations that ended yesterday as the jury returned a verdict in the case of the CNMI versus former parole chief Nick Regis and FNS Corporation owner Chui Lan Fu. After several days of deliberating and over the holiday weekend, the jury returned a verdict of guilty in both cases. And so this we'll be able to dive into it more when we get back tomorrow. But last night we had that show Off the Hill with Marissa Flores, and Kimberly King Hines was the first guest. Tonight we have Sip Happens. But either way, I'm going to see if I can check this while still being live with you, but we do have a quote from Assistant Attorney General Jim Kingman. See if I can't pull that up real quick. Actually, you know what? I could even put it in the comments here. Let's see if maybe I can read it to you as I post it in the comments. This is from Jim Kingman. There. That's the best way to do it, I think. Paste. Well, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Hold on, let's see if this works here. Is that the right one? No, I don't want to translate. Well, anyway, yeah, sometimes, clipboard, here we go. Bam, got it. All right, so this is the quote that we got from Jim Kingman. It says, I want to give thanks to Judge Kim Tenorio for her work supervising this case with clarity and fairness, but mostly I want to thank the jury for their attentiveness and service. I believe in juries. When regular people get the opportunity to review evidence-based, when regular people get the opportunity to review evidence behind closed doors, they tend to take it seriously and get it right. It's clear that the people of the Commonwealth care about integrity in their government and want to see things improve. It also should show how critical it is that there is an actual accounting of how ARPA funds were expended. I was not able to identify any safeguards in the system in place during the summer and fall of 2022. That's the quote that we got from Assistant Attorney General Jim Bob Kingman. Now the question is, after he's had a couple of interesting experiences here in the CNMI, is he going to be sticking around? Now he still has to deal with, the appeal of the ruling that he got in by Judge Gavendo, and what's his future going to be here in the CNMI. I mean, he got his first big win here, and of course, I would imagine the defense is going to appeal and take it to the Supreme Court, but we'll see how that works out. They seem to take their time with these things. Oh, and let me turn that off for it. There we go. They tend to take their time with these things and stretch it out as long as they can to try to get a favorable result. So we'll see if that's what ends up with this one. But again, that is the big thing, Jim Kingman. Now that came back. The jury returned the verdict yesterday at 3:30, and that was right when we were getting everything set up for that, for that show that we had last night. With regards to that, I want to say thanks to Representative Flores for starting that show with us at the NMI News Service. That was great. She had her first guest on, who just happened to be our delegate to U.S. Congress. That's going to be a regular thing, but she'll have a different guest excuse me, every time, and that'll be her own choosing. And she's working with PK Daigo, founder of the Marianas Business Network, and I'm really glad that we had that kind of a discussion. Now the thing is, there's great reviews from folks, and not everybody loved everything that was talked about and all that stuff, but that's just fine. The great thing is that it starts a real healthy discussion. And the whole thing, again, this NMI News Service, is that it is not just me, or it's not just mine. It is yours. The NMI News Service is yours. If you want to use that as a platform to help talk about topics in the CNMI, that's what it's there for. We've got sure, we report the news, and I have the morning show and all that stuff, but it's just for great stuff like that. We got a lot of folks from the CNMI, whether they've lived here, maybe they just have family here, maybe they're somewhere else in the world. We're able to do stuff like that and have conversations for folks from the Marianas, and starting to gain a little bit of traction with all y'all, and I'm really thankful that we've got something like that. And we got a cool little community of folks who are following this too. Real quick, I see that in the comments, Tobat Castro, his big baby girl Zoe, it's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Zoe. Happy birthday. Just know that this could be your best year so far, and you got a great dad. Your dad's awesome, and he's the kind of friend that guys want to have. So you got a great dad, you got great parents, and today's your birthday, so I hope it's a great day. All right, so this is just again to let you guys know that we don't have the full morning show today. I'm here at the Kensington for the Economic Forum, and so got gas this morning, and bumped into someone who's like, "Hey, Brad, I love the show." I'm like, "All right, cool." Now I'm feeling all cool. But he's like, "So what's going on today?" And I told him about the Economic Forum, and he said, "Hey, can you explain it in layman's terms?" Great, yes, because I wouldn't know what it is either. There's a bunch of folks who are coming in all kinds of different parts of, they all have their little areas of expertise. Some people it's tourism, some people it's business, some people it's finance, some people it's the military, some people it's just, again, commerce in general, and they're all going to get together. They're going to give presentations. Everyone's given at least 5 minutes to speak about some of the things that they want to really to launch. And then after that, after like each one of those sections get their 5 minutes, there'll be a moderator. So basically someone's going to have a microphone and do a little question and answer with folks who are there, who can ask the questions, or they can submit them online. So they'll be able to do that. So that's about a 30-minute discussion. Then after that, there's a short break. Then we do that. So there's 4 of those kind of sessions, and hopefully it's a good discourse. Now we got questions saying, "Hey, is it going to be streamed?" It's not, and hopefully we'll be able to do stuff like that. Thing is, so I'm the MC for the whole event. I'm also going to be the moderator for the DoD part, so all the military stuff. So I can't really do both at the same time and be good at both of them. Like, we could probably stream it, and it just wouldn't be great. It would almost be like, it wouldn't be good enough for what we like to do for you. So I couldn't do it. And again, we had the show last night, and as soon as this thing is done today, we're going to the show later. But here's a cool thing. There is an after event. So if you want to rub elbows with all the fancy folks, you can go over to Mari Bar at 4:30. That's where they're going to have all the meet and greet, if you will. So, hey, by the way, just real quick, because I can see you guys in the comments, I want to say good morning to you, Eric Mopness. Great to see you, my brother, fellow veteran. Really great to see you. Les from YMY, John William. Thanks for tuning in this morning. And that's what we've got. So if you've got any questions, you can ask them real quick. If there's anything you want to hear, if you've got anything you want to talk about, the show that you watched last night, if you want to talk about what we got coming up tonight. Again, tonight is SIP Happens, right after the Economic Forum here at the Kensington. We'll have the the broadcast for the Marianas Business Network. It's the official happy hour podcast for businesses. We'll be talking about somebody who's opening up a business here in the CNMI, and I'm really looking forward to that. It should be a lot of fun. And so we'll be back live tonight for that. But if you got any questions, I'm here for them, so you can fire away. But this is it. Also, I'm really pretty excited because we are continuing our march toward 10,000 followers. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? We're almost at 10,000. Right now, we're creeping up. We're in the high 9,700 and change, so we're almost at 9,800 on our way up there. So thank you for liking, following, subscribing, all that kind of stuff. And if you haven't seen it already, you know that we're on Instagram and on YouTube as well. So if you could follow us on Instagram and subscribe to us on YouTube. So what we're doing, like live broadcasts like this, even our morning show, when we do them on Facebook, they only last for a month. So what we end up doing is downloading them and then uploading them to YouTube, so they'll be there forever. When we do the show from the studio, we go live at the same time on Facebook and YouTube at the same time, but with the phone, you can only choose one. So that's how that works. So if you can follow us over there on YouTube also, you'll never miss a beat, and you can always go back and watch all the other coverage that we've got. Hey, good morning, Mike Cruz. Thanks for tuning in. Good morning. And good morning to all you guys who are out there. John William, I don't think I got to say it, but Les from YY, great to see you as well. Man, Connie, good morning. Great to see you. Bruce Camacho, thank you for tuning in this morning too. Again, it's not the regular show because we have the Economic Forum here at the Kensington, and that's going to kick off at 9 o'clock today. 8:30 is when people are going to start walking in, probably getting their light refreshments and everything. But we're looking forward to, I wish I had a better table here and I could set this down and hold this. I'll give you a list of who we got coming in today. So we're going to start with tourism in the beginning, and we're going to have a couple of folks who are going to be there remotely. They won't be here in Saipan, but we're going to have a video connection with them. We're going to have the former mayor of Honolulu. He's the president and CEO of the Hawaii Lodging and Tourism Association. That's Mufi Hahnemann. Great to see him. Also, we're going to have Miss Caroline Anderson. She's the interim president and CEO of the Hawaii Tourism Authority. So that's like our MBA. Speaking of our MBA, we're also going to have our new managing director, Jamaica Tyrone. She's going to be speaking today. We're also going to have the Guam Travel and Tourism Association. We're going to have David Tidingo. He's the chairman of the Tourism Policy Committee. He's here from Guam. From the CNMI side, we're going to have from the Hotel Association of the NMI, we're going to have Ivan Kitsu. We're going to have James Blake, who is the head of commercial for Nauru Airlines, probably commercial travel. He's going to be joining virtually. And we're also going to have Simon Sanchez. He's the Guam Travel and Tourism Association board member. You also know him from CUC. He's here for our stuff as well. And that'll be moderated by our board member from the chamber, Alex Sablon. And then, so each of them are going to get their 5 minutes, and then they'll go, and then we'll go on to a 30-minute Q&A. So that's a question and answer period. Then we're going to take a little break, and then we're going to go into talk about policy. And that's going to start off with a session or a presentation from our NMI delegate to the U.S. House of Representatives, Ms. Kim King-Hines. Representing the board for the Saipan Chamber of Commerce, you're going to have the secretary and committee co-chair, Ron Smith. I have to read really careful to not drop my paper on here. Then we're also going to have Senate President Dennis Mendiola and the House Committee Commerce Chair, T.J. Manglonia. And then the moderator for that will be chamber member and colleague from Marianas Press, Tomas Manglonia. That'll be pretty cool to see him in action as the moderator. So that'll have a 10-minute presentation from our delegate, then the 5 minutes from Ron Smith, and then it goes into the Q&A where Tomas is going to he's going to moderate the Q&A. Then take another break, and then we're going to move into session 3 which is emerging industries and opportunities. Now this should be interesting for sure as I scroll to my next page here. Actually, I have the paper. We're going to have from CETA, the Commonwealth Economic Development Authority, Miss Marie Coleman. She's the loan manager with CETA. Also, we're going to have the president of the Trade Council of the Marianas, Vin Armani. He's going to be a part of it as well. It'd be my first time to hear him speak in person. I've met him a couple of times, but it's the first time to hear what he's going to have to say. You know, they've been in the press talking about some of these things, so it should be great to hear. Then we're going to have from the Department of Commerce, John David Regis. He's the Registrar of Corporations. And then we're going to hear another panel member from the Bank of Guam. He's the Vice President and CNMI Regional Manager, Dave Guerrero, formerly running CETA. Lastly, the moderator for that session is going to be a fellow board member from the Saipan Chamber of Commerce, Mr. John Arroyo. All right, so then everyone's going to get their 5 minutes to give their initial presentation, and then it goes into a Q&A moderated by John Arroyo. Then, my favorite part, lunch break. After lunch, after we break for 30 minutes for lunch, we're going to slide into the workforce topic, and we are going to have some more great people here to talk about that as well. Sorry, I keep flipping the phone back while I try to flip through these pages. So the first one we're going to have is the Director of Employment Services from the Department of Labor, Mr. Eugene Tebuteb. And then we're also going to have the President of Northern Marianas College, Dr. Galvin De Leon Guerrero, and a Jedi, or aspiring Jedi. And we're also going to have the Commissioner of CNMI Public Schools, Dr. Lawrence Camacho, and that's going to be moderated by Chamber member and past President, Business Person of the Year, Jim Aronofsky. That should be great. So everyone's going to get their time to present, and then a 30-minute Q&A by Jim. Then we go into session 5. That's Infrastructure for a Modern and Resilient Future. I like that title. And who do we have for that? Great question. From the Department of Finance, we're going to have Mr. Ryan Camacho. He's the Financial Services Manager. And then representing the Office of Planning and Development, we're going to have Mariano Iglesias. He's also a viewer of our show. We're a big fan of Mariano. Also going to have Miss K. Andrea Limo. Yay! Former reporter in the community here. Great to see her on here as well. We're also going to have from the Commonwealth Utilities Corporation, we're going to have the Executive Director, Kevin Watson, and coming back to the panel is Simon Sanchez, a board member for the CUC. We're also going to have from Broadband Policy and Development Program, Mr. Glenn Hunter. He's the Special Assistant to the Governor. And this whole session is going to be moderated by the Chamber President, Joe Guerrero. All right, so they're going to give their presentations as well. Flipping through my papers here. And then we're going to move on to their Q&A moderated by Joe. And then we're going to wrap up with the DOD initiatives and business opportunities. So this one's going to be pretty great. The big speaker that we have has been out here before. She's going to give a 10-minute presentation. We got to meet with her with our members of the Armed Forces Committee and folks out here in the CNMI. We have a 3-star general. That's Lieutenant General Laura Lenderman. She's the Deputy Commander for Pacific Air Forces. So you hear PACAF a lot. That's what it means, Pacific Air Forces. Having her be a part of this is pretty cool for us. Also, locally, one of the guys who I've gotten to know over the years, over 20 years, when he was even the Commissioner of Police, and he's currently the Special Assistant to the Governor representing the Commonwealth Bureau of Military Affairs. That's retired Colonel Edward Camacho. We're also going to have the CNMI Small Business Development Center Network Director, Nadine De Leon Guerrero. And that's going to be moderated by me. So I'll be that guy for the board. I'm also the chairman for the Armed Forces Committee for the Chamber. Flipping through here, let's see. After we go through all those presentations, we do the Q&A with me. Then we're going to have our closing remarks from the board vice president, Dr. Joshua Wise, and also my friend. I really like this guy. If you guys don't know Joshua Wise, you're missing out. He's a great guy. Then when we wrap up with that, we're going to go into a networking mixer that's going to be over at the Crown Plaza, and that should be great. Got great sponsors for that too, including IT&E, Transcends, which is Naked Fish, Bar and Grill, and Crown Plaza Resort, featuring some nice welcome drinks and light fare. So that is the Economic Forum in a snapshot, so you have a little bit of opportunity of what's going to happen. I'm going to check your comments. Dominic, first of all, real quick, just to say, hey, good morning to all you guys. Grace, good morning to you. Catherine, good morning. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Travis. Great to see you this morning. Great to see you guys yesterday. You guys were great hosts. I'm just catching up with some of your comments as well, but it's harder to do on the phone. So apologies if I can't get to it. I'm telling you, I get like halfway through and it just skips. Dominic Magofnia said, some questions I have. What resources do we currently have in the CNMI? Example, where does our fiscal budget come from and how is it handled? That's a great question. And that's talking about salaries, bills, and budgets. Annie Dalag says she's watching from the Philippines. Mabuhay. And magandang umaga po. She says, I was touched back from Saipan, sir, and I'm still waiting for my permit to come out, hoping that I can go back to Saipan. Come back to work in Saipan. Yeah, well, we hope you do too. I hope that goes quickly for you. Martin, good morning. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in. Again, I'm just trying to scroll through and see what else that we've got. That's right, Travis. Tobot says, when we hit 10,000 followers, he'll buy me a beer. Thank you. I will take it. Mary Lazama, good morning. Thanks for tuning in and checking us out this morning. All right, well, I think we got you caught up. Now you know what's happening today. You know why we don't have the full-on show this morning. But that's what we're going to do here in this beautiful property. Now, this comes on the heels. We're going to ask these guys some questions because the word going around now is that Kensington will be closing for a month in June. And this is going around. It's flying around all the WhatsApp chats. And it was part of the conversations that we were having last night after the Off the Hill program. So while we're here, we'll ask. Now, we did speak with them, some folks who did speak with them, so we got second-hand information about it last night, and they told us a little bit about what's going on, so we'll try to get some more information for you later. Good morning, Sammy. Great to see you. Kurt Barnes, no way. Holy cow, Kurt Barnes is back in Saipan. Welcome home, Kurt. Kurt's going to be on our program, and we're going to be talking about folks who served in the Peace Corps here in the CNMI. We'll have him on for Good Morning Marianas. I'm really excited about that too. All right, well, folks, that's it. That's what we've got today. The Economic Forum going to be kicking off in, in about an hour. So I'm going to go get set up and get ready. If you guys have any questions, I don't have the show phone with me. I know it says call the NMI News Service. That's my pinned comment. I don't have that phone with me today, but you guys can message me. You can either by WhatsApp to my phone, or if you don't have that, that's okay. You can message us at the right here on the NMI News Service Facebook Messenger, and I'll be able to get that for you. So, yeah, so that's what we got. There, I see that it says, Ray Borja said they're trying to take over Marianas Resort, and that's not good news if they're truly closing. Yeah, so, Ray, what they're saying, though, is I agree with you, but they're not saying they're closing, but that they were closing for a month. I don't know what that means. I don't have the specifics about that, but we're going to find out and ask them and see what they can share with us about it. We were thinking about it yesterday because there's a lot of companies that are losing a lot of money right now, and they're coming up with different strategies of how they can, keep the dream alive, and especially with if you've got workers from off island, if you've got the contract workers or the CWs, right? So if you don't provide, if an employer doesn't provide a certain minimum number of hours for their contract workers, then they're in breach of the agreement with the United States Department of Labor. So they would end up having to repatriate those workers. So one of the struggles is or one of the coping mechanisms when you got a downturn economy is to start limiting some of the hours for the employees. And that's what they're doing. So I don't know that this is what they're doing, but we were talking about it last night that maybe what they're trying to do is consolidate their employees, all the CWs that they have here. They've already got 3 properties with Coral Ocean Point, PIC, and here, and potentially they could be trying to maybe shift them over to another property so that they can keep those hours up while they have their tourists there. We don't know that for sure, and that's only speculation, so that's not really fair, but we'll try to get more definitive answers about that at some point, since we're already here and we know a bunch of folks here. But it's not great news, especially, you know, considering that they're looking at the Marianas Resort, and that's, I initially really loved the idea of them getting Marianas Resort because of the consistent investment that they have in our Commonwealth. And not only did they do the hotels, which they've got 3, then they opened up that NC Pix, which unfortunately closed, and then they opened up Ojas down in Garapan to try to spruce it up and makes that corner look great down there, actually, right across from Cha. We've got the coolest coffee corner, I think, in Micronesia, with those two next to each other on the corner. I really love that. It's got to be the best place for teachers over there at Garapan Elementary School for sure. All right, well, I think that's it. Unless you guys have any other questions, I'm going to go head down into the ballroom and get ready, check out the setup, and wait for the guests to start rolling in. So it's the 2025 Economic Forum hosted by the Saipan Chamber of Commerce. I'll be the MC, and look forward to seeing what everybody has to say, and then we'll give you a good report tomorrow morning on Good Morning Marianas. And again, one quick reminder again, tonight we'll be broadcasting SIP Happens at 6 o'clock. And that's the happy hour business broadcast, which is actually a lot of fun. If you haven't seen it before, check it out for a little bit. We get folks from the community who have owned businesses and small businesses, but it's not just small businesses. Last month we had the CEO from IT&E in there, and Last Shop Bar provides a margarita tower. Have you seen those big beer towers that they have at bars and restaurants? Well, they do that, but with some of the most potent margaritas. And it definitely, they should call that truth serum, because it makes everybody talk, and they do not hold things back. So tonight, I know we're going to have Curtis Danko, who's opening up a poke restaurant, and I'm not sure about the other guests. There were a couple other folks who were on the fence trying to get in there as well. I'm excited about that, but your regular cast of characters, and it's a lively conversation. It is definitely one to watch. So that'll be at 6 o'clock tonight, and then we'll wrap up with, or we'll come back tomorrow morning with full-on Good Morning Marianas. So, all right, great to see you guys. Really, it's great to see all of you, and I really appreciate it. Again, I can't believe we're getting close to 10,000 followers, and that's all because of you guys. If you have any other ideas about things that we could do, things that we could cover, if you've got stories and these items that we can cover, please send them our way so we can get to it. And the truth is, there are some things that I have missed that some of you guys have sent, just because of a lack of time that we have to get to stuff during that process. And but I get to it as quick as I can for some of it. Some of it I can wait a little bit for. There's a couple of really good stories that I haven't been able to tell yet that I'm looking forward to get out, but that's it. So we got this morning, we gave you the update about today's economic forum. We gave you the quote from Jim Bob Kingman about the jury verdict for Nick Regis and Choi Lan Fu, and got you caught up with everything else that's going around. So I think that's it for this morning. Wishing you guys a great day here in the CNMI, or wherever you are in the world, and we'll see you later tonight, 6 o'clock. Take care, Marianas. Have a great day.